Hey everyone, Ruben here, Tender Dog PDX. I was going to make a video to show you how to make your own long lines. Long lines are a very important tool for us, teaching recall. Anything where you're going to be using distance from your dog, it's a very helpful thing to have because you can teach the dog what you want and how to complete the tasks when you are not right next to them, on a 4-foot leash. So to get started, the things you will need for this is a thing of rope. So this one here I get from Lowe's. It's got a 95-pound weight limit. It comes in a 100-foot strand. So you can make a few different lengths out of this. We usually make like 20-footers, but if you bought one of these, you can make several of all different lengths to help accommodate you in different areas of training. If you want a different size leash for, say, using a back tie for your dog, and then maybe you want to have a longer one for a drag line for your dog. You really, the possibilities are endless on what you want to make with this, okay? The other thing you're going to want is some leash clips, okay? I get these also at Lowe's. They're a few dollars a piece. This is like a 175-pound weight limit. I want them to be nice and strong so that they won't break or anything like that. Some duct tape, a pair of scissors that can cut through the rope, or a strong knife, something like that. You want to get a good clean cut on there. So the first thing that I do when making the long line is I attach the leash clip. Alright, so we got our end here. I'm going to fish the end through the loop, okay? Then I'm going to just pull it through like so, right? And then I'm going to I'm not exactly sure what kind of knot this is called, but the idea is you're taking this whole thing and kind of folding it around itself. Okay. So then you have this going on, right? I'm going to pull that tight. And then what I do is actually put it around a post. Latch it here, and I'll just pull it tight. So you can put it around your foot, anywhere that's pretty sturdy, and really cinch that in there. Okay, that'll just help make that knot really nice and strong. Then what I do is I'll take my duct tape and I will make two little strips, something like this. Take two of those, okay? So we've got our knot here. So what I do is I get kind of close to the knot itself, and I pinch those two pieces of rope together, and then just wrap the leash up, wrap that cord up with the duct tape. Then I'll take my second piece, and I usually just kind of go over the like the end of it, right? Just so it's doubled up, nice and sturdy. Okay, so now we've got our end here. I will cut that off, something like that, and then I will take my little lighter, melt that stuff down a little bit so it doesn't come unfrayed. Do the top, kind of get that in there. Cool. So just like that. So now we've got our end. Okay. Now what I do is I just roughly measure, you know, however, whatever length I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be exact. I just use my arm. So I remember back in school that this length from your elbow to your hand, you know, is like roughly the size of your foot. Well, my foot is roughly 12 inches. So I just use my arm and I like, you know, 1, 2, 3. You know, after I've kind of roughly measured that out, cut the end off, okay? And then I will again kind of melt this so it stops fraying, okay? Our end, okay? So now we need to make the handle, the thumb loop, right? So same thing, I make, you know, a rough loop. I am folding it around, and I want to try to get this knot to be pretty low. See? Just something like that. And I'll pull it pretty tight. And then same thing, I will pull this around a post or something. You can also use your foot, but make like a little slip kind of thing. And just pull that nice and tight. So it just cinches down that. And now I will take again my 2 little pieces of duct tape. And then same thing, we've got the end here. So I'm going to line it up. Wrap that around so it's nice and snug. And duct tape's pretty strong, so it can definitely hold up even in the weather. Okay, so now we've got that. We've got our thumb loop, just like that, you know. Hold on to that end when you're out with your dog. All right, so that is how I make my own long lines. You know, it's pretty inexpensive to do it that way. And you, like I said, you can make all kinds of different lengths. So the next thing that I also think is very important is the long line management. So the way I like to fold it up is I looked it up on like how to tie up electrical like extension cords, but this works really well for these two, and it prevents tangles. So again, I wrap it around my arm, okay, and I'm looking for, you know, maybe 3 feet left over, maybe even less. But after I've wrapped it up, I'm grabbing it kind of in the center, like so. Fold it over, and I've got my finger here, right? And then I'm gonna take that excess, and I'm gonna wrap it around it. Okay, so now I've got kind of like this much left over. All right, well this is where I make a little, like a U shaped, and I push it through the center. So it's just kind of hanging out right there. And then what I do is I actually pull it over all of the line, okay? Pull that tight. Just like that. And then you can put that in a drawer, and it's all nice and together. And then when you open it up, you just take this loop out, pull this through, and then you can basically just throw it, you know, throw it out, and it just unravels and no tangles, which is awesome. So yeah, that's how we make the long lines. We just get all this stuff from the hardware store. It's pretty simple. You know, takes about 10 minutes or something to do that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about how this was done, I need to be a little bit more clear on some of the loops. I think it's called a fisherman's knot. I'm not 100% sure. I learned this a long time ago from Ted over at Mango Dogs. He showed us, you know, how to do this. So I can't remember if it's a fisherman's knot. Could be, but it's a pretty sturdy knot at the end of this. Like it is not coming out. So again, if you have any questions, just feel free to hit us up in the comments. Talk to you later.